At the same time, the war with Ukraine has been raging on, and Ukraine has been heavily relying on drone technology in the fighting against Russia. In a 60 Minutes report that aired Sunday, 10 retired U.S. generals said they agree that Russia isn't winning the war despite its territorial gains. But some cautioned that it isn't winning either. But with the help of drones, it's managed to draw Russia into a stalemate. Now, CBS News just spoke with former CIA Director and retired U.S. Army General David Petraeus. During his visit to Ukraine, the general spoke at the Kyiv Security Forum, where he said that the Ukrainian military has done more than just defend its country. It has redefined modern warfare. CBS News international reporter Aidan Stretch sat down with General Petraeus in Kyiv.
This week, the former director of the CIA, General David Petraeus, has been traveling across Ukraine, and today he spoke at a forum here in Kyiv, and his speech actually took place deep underground in a parking lot because of the drones and missiles that continue to target the city. I sat down with General Petraeus shortly after his remarks to hear his perspective on where the war in Ukraine stands today. Based on what you saw this week, in March 2026, does Russia or Ukraine have the upper hand?
Well, I think what's remarkable is that Russia no longer has the upper hand. Russia heavily outnumbers Ukraine. It outguns Ukraine. It has an economy 10 or 12 times the size of Ukraine's. And yet the Ukrainian forces right now are stopping the Russians cold on the front lines. Yes, there's still glide bombs, there's still drones every night. And in fact, there were 400 drones just today with dozens of missiles. But on the front lines, which is all important, the Russians have actually achieved less than the Ukrainians have in the last 2 weeks. Over the last 2 months, the Ukrainians have actually made greater incremental gains than have the Russians. And that's really quite remarkable. And it's a tribute to just not the sheer tenacity and determination and expertise of the soldiers on the front lines, although it is very much that. It's really a tribute to the extraordinary innovation that has characterized what's going on in Ukraine over the last 2 or 3 years in particular, when they've realized that they cannot, again, outnumber or outgun the Russians. So what they've done is outsmart them.
During our conversation, General Petraeus shared a number of specific examples of Ukrainian innovations that he has personally witnessed. He told me that Ukraine's cruise missile now flies further and carries a heavier payload than America's cruise missile. And he stressed the importance of the United States continuing to learn from and support its Ukrainian partners as they continue to innovate throughout this war.